Hi guys, so the mission today is to rearrange my barn. There are two levels, this one and that one, which are both cardboard, which I've made probably about 5 years ago I did them, and I just don't use them, and I have since got the Schleich barn and the Schleich stable. The Schleich stable is there, and the barn is down here. As you can see, my collection has overflowed onto the floor, and the shelves aren't fully working for the barn purposes, as there's now wild animals all over them. So this will be me redoing them and making them look prettier, because the black coating here just never looked good. I'll make that some grass or something. Then here's the arena level, which is now just home to my cows, and then the paddock level, which is kind of the one that stayed the same. But I also have this is packaging for orders. Have this shelf full of horses, and here is also my new shelf full of boxes. These are empty for orders. These are Schleich that I have to unpack. So my room is a little bit overrun, so we're going to try and get my room down. But yeah, I'll do an overview for before. So this is 4 shelves, and then the barn, and it goes all the way around here, up, across, and down. There's 5 shelves like that, and again, horses on here. They're all full, apart from that gap, which is where a calendar was. So this isn't Schleich, this is just a box of things. So I will check in with you periodically. So the first point I'll do is move everything off these 2 levels, preferably not onto the other levels, preferably onto the floor, but I would like to also create some floor space. So there'll be no sped up things because I don't have the ability to do that right now, but I will try and check in little bits so you can see how it's progressing. This is the first little bit cleared, but yeah, there's some retired dogs, some wildlife, and a vet bit. I've barely seen the actual what this level looked like, so I'll try and remove everything that was extra so you can see what it looked like. I've moved some of the falabellas off though. They were the original, but thought I would just move all the Schleich off. So this is where I'm putting them. These are already here, and then this is what I've taken off so far. Not that many, so let's keep going. So this is roughly what this level looked like. So it was a 3-room building with a feed room, an office, and a tack room. I haven't looked in any of them for probably over a year, as it just doesn't seem that easy to get to anymore, because there was storage on top, which is brilliant, but then you have to take it off to get into the rooms. They're all furnished, so I'll show you everything. But yeah, I'll now clear everything that isn't the building. So yeah, the little vet bit with the Tennessee Walker foal on, then all my figures, so I'll keep. So this is what it looks like cleared. I've sort of put everything in this little box. You kind of forget how many accessories go into making a barn until you go to move them all. I'll just clear the top bits and the vet bit, and then we'll get back to seeing inside. So this is the empty lair, and in here are all the items. How I had it displayed was sort of by section, so above the feed room was food, above the office was sort of tables and spare things, and above the tack room was usually extra tack, yet they got a bit muddled apart from the feed room. But yeah, I just have all these, which I probably made about 7 years ago, but still have them all. Some Sylvanian things, Playmobil, sorry, yeah, Sylvanian, that is Sylvanian, more Playmobil, and then a bag of dog bones in here, but now Schleich do their own. I can probably get rid of these, but they will stay for now. Everything's very dusty. So now I'll get rid of this one to one side. Then we'll have a look in here. So here is the feed room. So oats, Playmobil rabbit hutch, used as a feeder, treat bag, little treat corner, bags of hay and sawdust, and more feed bags. A little office, which is mostly Sylvanian, and a rubber TV, food and a driver. Then Lizzie is in here with the rugs. I can't really get closer because of the stuff on the floor, all the items on the floor, but there's posters, grooming kits which colour coordinate to pegs. I really like this room. And a sink and a poster. It's sad to get rid of it, or like put it to one side, but I just don't use it. There's a little tap there too, but I sort of wanted to have a good final look. There's a phone on the wall and everything, so I probably made this about 5 years ago. But yeah, most of these things will be kept and just redone, but I'll now take this off and we'll dust it down and put the barn up. Also, this is my sign on the door, on the wall, stepping out stables, be yourself, be unique, be your best. That was my little motto, and it is falling off. But yeah, this has a base, so I can just pick this up. This level is now fully dusted, so I'm deciding what to put underneath, because I think I'll put the barn on this one, because my idea was to have a cow field like here, but this white desk area, shelf area might stay, not in that same order. So I could technically put the stable up here, and then paddock, barn, and then paddock, but then stable and paddock, because that would both be horses. I'm not, but then again Reno, which is horses, so I'm not sure the continuity. I think I'll put some green like material down like that one, so that means I'll have to get rid of that level because this material is folded over like quite thick, so I can make that all one level, one layer, and put some up here. I think that'd make that look nice. While I procrastinate doing that, I thought I would tell you a little bit about my plans. So basically this shelf will be my current shelf, so any model that is currently in production will be on this shelf, and this area probably as an overflow, as most of this will probably still be horses. So in the barn there'll be like animals like sheep, and section of this devoted to horses because I have so many, then sort of farm and a little bit of wild, which will probably go on one of these shelves. So I'll now get back to doing something. So this is the stable level. Most of these, well, the paddock level, most of these horses are now retired, so not many of them will be staying on this level. But yeah, I use Playmobil fences and twist ties to create a little inner section. Then on here is usually items that friends have gifted me over the years, so they all sit here because I like seeing them. But they'll all move to their corresponding homes soon. But yeah, retired Trackiners, and Mustangs and Appaloosas and paints, and the Hanoverian Stallion, which is like 2 out of, well, 1 out of retirement, so yeah, a lot of these will be moving around. But yeah, you can see at the back the fabric's just lifted up, so I'll try and make it a bit neater. But yeah, there's a bit of brown paper on this level 2 which never worked out particularly well, but yeah, this shelf has served me really well, so be sad to see it change, but hopefully that will make it more accessible for the future. I thought I would do a last overview of the stable as well. So up here is like extra tack and 2 of the cats, the Siamese and Ginger. Then most of the horses are overflow, and then the wild animals are of course overflow. So I'll move all these guys off and then clear that shelf, and then we'll be 3 down. So I'll just show you little bits of that. So everything is mostly off. We have the Arabians in here, Lucy here, Hanoverians, Frisians, Lipizzanas, and my Fjords. So I'll now remove the rest of this and all the tack from there into the same bin here. So the tack stand's gone, and the tacking up area, and so is the manure kind of heap. There's a little bit of sawdust, so I'll scrape that onto the floor into the duster to not get these guys dusty any more than they already are, as most of these haven't been held in ages. I think this was one of the first tack pieces I ever made. That's from a piece of perfume, like a keyring. I think it had Hello Kitty on the end, and I just twisted this to make it stripy. I have now completely forgotten how to do this. And then some other of my first tack pieces in here. And then this was probably one of my first ever rugs. So that is now clear, so I'll take the top off again. Then here, this is what the stalls looked like. So I'll now remove the horses out of them and put this barn to one side. So that's that all cleared. I'll take it off and dust now, but honestly the stable has been so good to me. I've really enjoyed it. The stalls are lovely and big, and it's been lovely to look at. It just wasn't that accessible to me, but so much work went into it. This is also how my floor is looking. Here are some other examples, sorry about my feet, other examples of my rugs. On the Hanoverian mare there, so yep, she falls over a bit. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Saved. That was harder to get out as it was like more flush with the sides, but I did it and got rid of all the sawdust. So now I'll probably be moving these guys and getting to the green fabric to put up here. I also have a little bit of fake grass, so we might employ that somewhere too. It's like a table runner I got from Poundland. I'll show you if and when I grab it. Well, I'll grab it for you, but whenever I use it. So last look at this level. I already went through it earlier. This is sort of also for my memories as well, because this has been a lot of my life. I've been looking at this shelf in this configurement. Anyway, let's start moving them. I'm about to run out of floor, but hopefully this will all get better soon. Halfway done, pretty much. Now just the fencing to go. So that is now 3 levels clear. This is the very dusty green sheet, so I'll now map it out onto the 3 levels, but just as one surface instead, like one layer. So the shelf is 70 by 38, so I'll map that onto these. Where the dust was on the first sheet was kind of a good guide about how big to make them all, but I'll map them out with, I think, a little bit of white eyeliner. Is apparently I decided that would be a good idea to buy once and haven't used it, so I'll map that onto these, cut them, put them on these 3 if they fit, and get back to you. While I was looking for the white eyeliner, which still has a lovely point on it, you know, really shows how much I used it, I also found the fake grass table runner. So my idea initially was to mix some grass with like the plain paper backing you saw on that shelf, but I might just stick to all green for now and possibly use this somewhere else. I'll have a think about that. So it's all measured out. I realised that the width of my fabric, my material, was just under 70 centimetres, so what I'm going to do is use that side to get more out of it and then hedge it or line it, which is what I was going to do with my other shelf, the one with all the boxes on currently. Sort of hedge it around the edge so the little frayed bits don't show. So I'll just make sure that covers the extra centimetre. So I'll now cut it, put it on there, and then we can start reassembling it, and I'll hedge it when I've ordered some ribbon to do that with, but so far so good. Also, the white eyeliner worked really, really well. It was probably about 8 years old, so it wouldn't go on my face, so there you go. So this is the first one. It's not trimmed right to the sides. I haven't cut the little triangles off yet, but that looks alright, that looks good, so keep doing the other ones. Yeah, because I just have to draw around the bottom of the corners and trim them off, so I'll fiddle around with that. Second one down. I decided to just leave the corners for now, as I'm not 100% sure how I want it to look, and this all might change because I'll probably have to glue dot them down to make them secure. So I'll put the barn on it and everything, but it probably won't be the final way of doing things. Then there's the third one. So yeah, you can still see some of the white eyeliner. Hopefully over time I'll figure out how to make that look prettier, but for now I think that'll be good, so then I can play around with new ideas, as I've planned this barn out quite a bit, but I suppose the little final details will just have to be created as and when. So I'll now move the barn up and the stable up and then show you what that looks like and if it makes the green squares any better, but that's definitely better than plain black, so we'll stick with that for now, and I'll probably add in some brown paper when I figured out what will look best sort of thing. A work in progress. This is the barn. Currently, I have to get all these guys out. So many. But most are retired, so moving out we go. So I'm now just going to dust it down and anti-back it. I'm not going to show you where they all went because they're kind of piled on top of each other very, very carefully, but I like standing all my models up and giving them room, and it looks like I'm being full to them, so quickly move that and get them all stood up again. So this is how the barn looks all cleared out. I'll move some animals in very soon. The other animals are currently in the lid of this barn, so I'll leave that for now. But yeah, all cleaned out in there. Oh, is that something? Bit of sawdust. Lovely. Now all cleaned out. I don't think I'll have to clean that one out as much as that one was on the floor, where this one has just been up here. So I'll move this bit off, but I now have a little bit of floor space at least. Then here's the barn, so now that pretty much takes up all of the space. So now I will start putting some models back in, because I don't think really that much of a scene can be made. Like, I suppose you could have a strip of brown here, but these are pushed right back, and yeah, I suppose little bits of scenes. But yeah, this will all be glue dotted down to be secure soon. I just don't own them at the minute. But yeah, I'll start making them up and then show you. So I put 3 meson foals in there to utilise space, the Cantabians, Tinkers and Mustangs. I'll probably make some stools at the back of the barn. Sorry if it's shiny, it's just disinfectant. To the best of my knowledge, these are all current, but not the riders, but the horses, but I will go through them to double check. I'll now get onto the barn and play around with the animals now. And now put donkeys back there, goat and mum in here with a rooster. Sorry, it's quite hard to see. And then 2, well, cow and calf in there, which we'll probably add a few to. Yeah. So that's that. I'll now get on to doing it and make another video of like the more full barn tour, but this has just been like about 2 hours of me fiddling around. So yeah, it's a shame that these, like, I can't quite access it as well as I would like, but I thought, to be honest, it's the best way to store them and still have little display scenes. So hopefully this will get a lot better and I'll soon do a barn tour for you, but this is my barn at the minute, and hopefully I'll add to it and show you how I get them all onto shelves and all out of the way, so to speak. So I'll carry on putting all my current ones up here, so even if it doesn't all look pretty, at least I know what's current and what's not. So I'll now end this video, go onto the Schleich website, and every current model I own I'll put on this barn, and then I know I have to make it look like a little home for them. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon with another video of my multiple animals. Bye!